Hey, what it is, everybody, what it is. I hope you all are having a Guten Tag kind of day. I know I am, because today is my very first makeup tutorial on YouTube. I'm super excited, but also really nervous. I hope this turns out really well. I don't have a whole lot of expectations, but I just hope that maybe it'll be beneficial to me and that it will grow into something new and beautiful and wonderful. So yeah, today we are gonna do a dark smoky eye. And so yeah, stick around for that and I will see you in a minute. All right, everybody, let's anchor down and get pretty. All right, we are ready to go. Before I did anything, I did my daily skincare routine, with cleanser, toner, antioxidant, all of that, just to get the skin nice and ready for the makeup to lay on it. So for the first thing that I'm going to do, let me just say, this is an optional step. You don't have to do this. This is about false lashes. Now, I use false lashes all the time. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but if you are going to use the false lashes, I would recommend putting the glue on them now so that while you're working on your makeup, it's getting dry and tacky, and once it's tacky, it'll be easier to put on the lid and it'll stay on better. So we'll go ahead and do that. So now that we got the eyelashes out of the way, we're going to move on to moisturizer, primer, or both. Now, you don't have to use moisturizer if you're not doing skincare. It's recommended to do so after you do your skincare. And moisturizer can act as a really good primer, make your skin nice and tacky and ready for the makeup to fall on. So the product that I'm going to use for a primer is the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas. It works just as well as a moisturizer and just as well as a primer. I love it. The foundation lays really nicely and elegant on it. So we'll go ahead and put that on. All right, we got the moisturizer and primer on. Our skin is ready. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on some foundation. The foundation that I like to use is the Wet n Wild Photofocus. It's really affordable. It lays on really well. It's vegan and cruelty-free. So here we go. All right, so now that we've got the foundation on, the next step is concealer. And of course, I'm gonna use the classic Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape Concealer. Works very well. So we'll go ahead and put it in the areas as followed. We'll put it right. Put a little bit on there. Some on the chin. Some right here. And just a little bit right there. All right. So we will go ahead and get that blended. Now, while I'm blending it, I'm going to blend some of it over my eyelids and under my brow so that my eyelid will be nice and primed for the eyeshadow to go on. We're also going to use this brush in order to blend out the concealer. Alright, so the next step is going to be setting powder. Now this will help keep your concealer matte looking and it will prevent creases and it'll just make the foundation and the concealer sit better. So we are going to use, So we are going to use the Wet n Wild Photofocus translucent powder. Works very well. So here we go. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to let this setting powder set for a while, or bake, as some people call it. And we will leave it on as we do our eye makeup, so that way while we're working on the eyeshadow, if there is any fallout, it'll fall right on the loose powder and you can just brush it off whenever that happens. So here we go. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to do brows. And the product that I'm going to use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow, or Dipbrow Pomade, or whatever it's called. Promade, I think. Alright, so we will go ahead and we will get onto our eyebrows. Okay, so we're going to brush the brows like this. There we go, just to get them nice and ready. We are going to use this brush right here for that. And here we go. Now before I go any further with the brows, I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to brush the hairs upward so that way it looks a little bit more blended and airbrushed. Alright, now that we did that, we will continue with the brows. Alright, now that we got our eyebrows on, we're going to add just a little bit more definition to the brows. So I'm going to use the, and this looks dirty, but I've had this since 2017, so there's why. We are going to use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Beauty Killer palette. And we're going to go in with the shade color Vanity right here, and we're going to put it on the ends of the brow just to give a little bit more definition. Alright, so now that we got the eyebrows done, we are going to go ahead and do the eyeshadow part. Alright, now that we got the eyebrows done, we are going to move right along to eyeshadow. Now the palette that we're going to use today is one of my personal favorites. It is, and I got some, once again, my makeup palettes are a bit dirty because I'm lazy. But this is the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and we're going to do our dark eye using that. Okay? And so people do this different. Some people will add the dark eyeshadow on first and then the lighter one, and then some people will do the light color and then the dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do dark first and then blend in a lighter color. So we are going to go ahead in the Soft Glam palette with shade Noir, and we are just going to go ahead and get that done. So we're just going to pack it into the corner of the eye right here, right above the crease as well. We're going to brush off the brush and do a little more blending. Alright, we're going to add some more Noir onto the lid. Alright, now that we got our dark eyeshadow on, we will add a lighter color, and for that we are going to use shade Dusty Rose. Now we're going to add just a little bit more dark to add some more definition to it. Alright, so we got that done. Now we're going to do the under eyes. We're going to do the under eyes with this brush right here. And we're basically going to do the same thing. We're going to blend in the dark and then blend in a lighter color. So here we go. Next, we're going to use this brush right here. It's an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and we're going to use that just to blend it all out a little bit, and then we're going to wipe off the setting powder. So here we go. All right, so now that we got the setting powder and the eye makeup done, we're going to go ahead and start contouring. So we're going to use this brush, and we are going to use the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Kit that I use. I love this stuff, it's great. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Put some over the head, like that. Now we'll use the darkest shade in the palette and then add it right here on the tip of your cheekbone. Not too much, just that much right there. There we go. All right, so now that that's done, we are gonna go ahead and next, we are going to contour the nose. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. We're gonna use the same Pro palette. Use this kind of brush. All right, so now we got that done, we are going to put on highlighter, and we're going to add just a little bit more eyeshadow onto the eyes. I forgot to add in a part, so we'll go ahead and do that. So we're going to use this brush for the palette, and we're going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette. And we're going to go in shade Star. Put some highlighter above the cheek, or on the Cupid's bow, and on the tip of the nose. There we go. And for the inner eyes, I'm gonna go in with that Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and we're gonna go into Jeffree Star Cosmetics Thirsty palette right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Plunge. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put on some lipstick, and I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics shade Delicious. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, now that we got our lipstick on, the last step is eyelashes and fake lashes. Like I said in the beginning of the tutorial, you do not have to use false lashes. That is optional for me. I enjoy using the false lashes, so before we put them on, we're going to put on some mascara, and we are going to use the Roller Lash from Benefit Cosmetics. So, go. Alright, so I put the lashes on, and the look will be done in just a minute. Let me go ahead and blush this out a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, and the makeup look is complete. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this. This was obviously my first video, so we'll see how it goes. I hope it turns into something wonderful and beautiful. And yeah, until next time, sail on, beauties. Sail on.